Hey guys, welcome. That's it. We're just rolling into this. I kind of got this screen set up. Welcome to New Year. Happy New Year's, everyone. This is our Podtendo New Year's Day special, I guess. This is what we do. We rank all the video games we played last year compared to all the video games that we played over the last 10 years. Doesn't seem like we've played a lot of games, to be honest with you, for 10 years of work. It's true. Yeah. And like some of these also have had like multiple parts, right? Like I'm looking at you like Ocarina of Time, Mr. 7 parts, or like Final Fantasy. We did like Final Fantasy 7 got 11 parts. And I would talk about the remakes at this point. I'm like, yeah, I'd probably do like 2 parts and like break down and just like replay through the remakes. I think they're like functional enough that they deserve that kind of attention. So, God darn you. It's true. But just because maybe that was one of my favorite games last year, if you listened to our show yesterday, you'd know that. We're going to rank all the shows. So if you look down here on the bottom, don't worry about these Marios and the Pokemons and the Mega Man guy. It's just Bart's Nightmare onwards. Maybe we'll actually kind of do it in reverse because that's kind of the order we played them in. And we're going to rank them accordingly. So starting off in the year that was, we wanted to play a James Bond kind of ish game, and much like GoldenEye, from the same people, because they lost the license to James Bond, so they made their own character named Joanna Dark. So, Perfect Dark! Where does Perfect Dark belong on our tiers list? Yep. Like, it's... So, where's... The GoldenEye is here. In my mind, the GoldenEye maps are so iconic because I played them so much that's why it's like a standout experience. Whereas Perfect Dark, I didn't play any multiplayer. It did have a more intricate story versus the campaign, anyways, in GoldenEye. So it's the same mechanics, it's better system. Like. Well, and it has more personality, too, a little bit. Like, is it actually maybe just a drop below Smash? And then Tony Hawk? Maybe I'll do... Or is the Smash... Maybe we need to replay Smash. Maybe we should readdress, like, re-look at a Smash at some point to, like... Yeah, are we good with that? Perfect Dark? Okay. Because, yeah, right. I don't think the cachet, the iconicness, you kind of need to play 007 GoldenEye to be like, oh, I get it. Okay, this is what it's about. Get some friends, get some old controllers. You're like, cool. Game Boy James Bond is so much fun. Like, I like Diddy Kong Racing more than Perfect Dark, right? I like Smash more than it. But X-Men 2 Clone Wars is probably around the same level as Perfect Dark, so... Yeah. And yeah, there you go. No, it's perfect. Here, look down the list. Turok. It's better than Turok. And Star Fox. That's exactly where it belongs. Cool. From there, though, we go into Star Wars Racer Episode 1. Yeah. Yeah. Star Fox is good. Really? See, I think you could just, like, skip it. I don't know if it gives you... But I feel like Star Fox just has more intricacy, because there is, like, shooting patterns, and you have to, like, learn, and there's different collectibles, whereas Pod Racer is just kind of learn the tracks, go fast, right? Like, I think it's kind of a lesser experience, but I'd play it above Banjo. But, like, I think Shadows of the Empire, like, if I'm playing a Star Wars game, I'm definitely playing Star Wars, Super Star Wars for the Super Nintendo, or Star Wars Shadow of the Empire over Pod Racer. Yeah, I'm just going to put one spot ahead of Banjo. Looking behind, there's nothing that stands out that I'm like, oh, that's insulting. So, oh, this like Mario and Super Mario 2 is pretty good on that. I don't know why that's so low. But I don't care about that right now. What I do care about, though, is talking about WWF No Mercy. I feel like this is... Yeah. Is it better than Tecmo Bowl? Is it better than Blades of Steel? Is it better than... Blades of Steel, though, has, I think, just like pick up and play. You and I could just grab it and figure it out and have fun and probably be competitive at some point. Oh, this is the mechanic. Hey, I'll teach you two things. No Mercy. I once played it with our buddy Alex. He was over one night. He had like a tournament or something. He was doing like a powerlifting meet the next day, and we sat there and played it for a bit, and I couldn't figure out a pin. So like I just beat the piss out of him. He was like dead. Like he couldn't move. He was just dead. But I like couldn't pin him. And then he kept trying to he'd knock me down and pin me. And I'm like, what combination are you doing? I couldn't figure it out. It was very frustrating. SmackDown. That is kind of the same thing, but maybe like the better version of it. Yeah. Yeah. Like it's more accessible, right? Because it's like, L1, oh, your finishing move. Okay, neat, cool. What a cool concept, right? Versus in SmackDown, yes. In like No Mercy, it's L or something like that. Like you have to change the grip on the controller, and I was like, oh, I don't like that. Not a fan. So yeah. Oh no! If only we had 4 C buttons that could do stuff instead of nothing. Yeah, cool. Okay, glad we didn't spend much time on that because they don't deserve it. They do not deserve it. From there, though, I do believe we went into Metroid Prime. Boo, baby. So Super Metroid is the best. And then the next Metroid is... Scan this list. I don't see it here. Do we have a good but flawed Metroid experience? I honestly... So Metroid Zero Mission is here, right? I got it on the screen. Zero Mission is here. So that means everything is... Metroid Samus returns? You're looking for the old Game Boy. It's right here, Metroid 2. Yeah. Just above the original Metroid, which I think is probably a fair distinction. Metroid Fusion is here. Yeah. If we come up the list, Metroid, Zero Mission is here. No, I think it belongs in this tier. I was just placing it there as a placeholder as we kind of talk through, what... So just looking at this, I think right now, it's better than James Bond, GoldenEye in terms of first-person shooting mechanics, right? I don't think it's the greatest. I don't think it's the worst. I quite liked Metroid Prime, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought it was kind of a holdout game outside of maybe a little bit of too much backtracking at the beginning section and a little bit of conveyance lost, or maybe it was just too tough in one area. But for the most part, it's kind of fun, right? I don't know. I had a good time. Good mechanics. Well, that's kind of what I'm just looking and Mario and the Super. Yeah, probably Shovel Knight, Stardew Valley, Donkey Kong. Yeah, Super Castlevania. Maybe that's where it belongs. I like Super Castlevania. I think Super Castlevania holds up as... Well, when we played it was Paramount. It is just the original Castlevania game in difficulty, but it's fair and actually you could beat, right? So I kind of like that. Sonic, DuckTales, I think is just a great platforming game, right? Early NES platformer that's just, I don't know, in my mind, excellent, right? And then, yeah, if we believe Sonic 2's there, I think Metroid Prime goes right there. Yeah, perfect. Oh, but that's why I don't think it's a great experience. I'd say it's very good, but it is flawed. And I'll come at you and I'll tell you, you need a map. You need to, collect these 12 artifacts. You better look up a guide and just keep it with you, because at the end of the game, you're going to be like, I need 10 more of these things? Where are they? And you're going to be going all over the map, and you're not going to like that. How about Bomberman 64? I believe that's the next game that we played this year. Bomberman 64. Where do you belong? Or that side of Turok. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. It's the most fun a Bomberman game is, which is only so much fun. It's kind of cute. I really like the cute chibiness of it. I like the aesthetics, right? Playing the levels, the bosses were dead hard, like almost impossible tough, right? So unless you had lots of time to dedicate and learn the kind of like the terrible controls, it's there. Multiplayer has its bits, right? So, but yeah, I think that's the exact perfect spots for it. So, well done. Well done. So now we come to a kind of a crossroads. We can look at either our Zelda entry for the year, which was Four Swords Adventures for the thing. What's it called? GameCube? GameCube. Yeah. I don't think either of us beat this game. I think we played it for a bunch and we were like, I think we're just done. Like, it's just, yeah, I've had my fill. It wasn't enjoyable. I'm thinking it's a skippable tier. But it might be like the best skippable game that exists. Mm-hmm. Um. Oh, I see. Yeah. 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 Yeah, no, I like that's almost I kind of just put it there and I was like, that might be the perfect spot for it, right? And like my only help, like I'm like I kind of like these Star Wars games, but just because I like it, I do think you can skip them and still live a long, fulfilling life. So I'm okay with that. That's good. Now we do have a crossroads. So I went one way. I just kind of jumped into the Zelda game. We can, seeing that we played Chrono Trigger in 2 parts for our 150th episode show this year. Do we want to re-rank Chrono Trigger as it sits in the top of great experiences? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely more oomph. Yeah, a lot more about worlds. We have it bigger than like the Earthbounds and the Final Fantasy VII that are kind of right here. Paper Mario. Like this is a great little cluster of. Final Fantasy VI. Oh my gosh, you know what I did the other day? I almost did. I'm looking at my PlayStation 5 store. Stuff's on sale, and I'm going through and I see Final Fantasy 1V, and I'm like, Final Fantasy VI. I was like, I wonder if I should buy this, and I click on it, and I'm kind of scrolling, and I'm like, I wonder if there's like trophies. Like if I get this, do I have to like try and collect all the trophies? I scroll up to the top, and I'm looking at stupid Dragon Cane. No, it's 4. I've done this before. I've definitely bought Final Fantasy 4 wanting to play Final Fantasy 6. I think that's left some bitterness in my mouth. So, anyways, I almost did it again. Silly me. But this is a great cluster of just games right here between kind of Pokemon, Silver and Gold, and Final Fantasy 6. And it's definitely better than them. So we're not going to move it down. But the question is, do we move it up? Okay, awesome. So it's got the barrier. So now you're looking at Metal Gear Solid. The original, whether it's the Twin Snakes edition, which adds lots of fluff but makes it kind of more accessible, or just like the classic, that classic everybody loves, right? Then we're looking at like iconic Resident Evil, Final Fantasy VII. I don't think it touches Final Fantasy VII, right? I think Final Fantasy VII is just, in terms of presentation, gameplay, they're kind of the same. Actually, Chrono Trigger probably has better gameplay, right? I do like the materia building and crafting system and kind of, I mean, it's just grinding though, so it's less intricate, right? It's just kind of like how do you waste time in a video game? Oh, material, right? So I think it's in a good spot. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Well, and if you even look at our like top 10 list, right, as that we did this year, I think Chrono Trigger might have been behind those games that might like if you go back and listen, you're like, oh, but you said you liked Final Fantasy VI and Earthbound more than Chrono Trigger. Yeah, true. But I can argue, I can accept and sit here that I know it's a better experience, it's a better game, it's more in depth. It's not for me, right? I didn't even beat it this time, right? And I'll say that. Look, we played through it. I got to a point where I was just like, I think I'm done. I get it. I'm gonna like look at a walkthrough, and I'm just not gonna play this. So, right, I did just kind of leave it. I didn't want to invest more time in it. Now that had a lot to do with like what I was doing at my job, right? Didn't have tons of free time, so I still think its placement is very, very valid. A couple more games to get through. Look at us blabbering away here. Nowhere to go even on this New Year Day. What was the next game we played? Mega Man 64. Oh, man. Okay. Mega Man 64. We're going to put you next to this Mega Man Classic Edition. I don't know what game that represents. The original Mega Man? Maybe? Oh, yeah. It might have been like that time we played, and that's like my, what's my spirit animal's name? Charge Man? Probably like Charge Man's placement. I'm surprised it's not higher, to be honest with you. I'm a weird guy when it comes to that little guy. I just love me a train. So awesome. Okay. Yeah. Although... maybe, though, because it is kind of fun. Like, and it's satisfying, and, like, you get to buy items, and... Like, I think it might be closer to Smash, in my opinion, in terms of just, like, N64 games that I enjoy. I don't think it's better than Diddy Kong. I think it goes there. I think that's where I would put it, because I think it's better than Perfect Dark. If I was to tell you an N64 game that we played this year, and, like, no, this is a better one, I would sit on Mega Man 64 side and come up with an argument, so... yeah. Cool. And more fun than Tony Hawk. Yeah, kind of. Sort of. Although I did buy Tony Hawk 3 and 4, the remakes, and played them because I'm a sucker for that. So I was like, yeah, childhood, nostalgia. It's fun. From there, where we at? I think that gets us into Scary Spooky Month. Oh boy. Okay, so it's Secret of Mana, Final Fantasy VIII, like, Invoke. Disdain. I don't know why we haven't done this before. That, like, clearly. There. Bart's Nightmare. Yeah, maybe. The dream sequences are kind of fun. You know, like, if you could just, like, get an emulator, play to some pages, kind of have your save files, and just, like, go through and play the dreams once in a while. Yeah, it could be enjoyable. Play it to see some Simpsons. Okay, yeah, I could see that. I mean, over Sarge's Heroes, perfect. Okay. What about the other scary, spooky game, RE4? Now, this is what I haven't put a lot of thought into this. You know what? Can we save this? Yeah. Because these are going to be really simple. We're going to do this. This guy goes right here. It's just the slightly better version of this one. And 4-player is fun. Gives you a bit more of a challenge. Cool. Awesome. Okay. Mario Sunshine. I don't like Mario Sunshine. I really don't. Oh, Mega Man. Like, yeah. Like, I'm like, okay, it's better than Banjo, right? I think it's better platformer than Banjo. It has the same mechanics, though. We're still doing the same Got out all the stars to fight Bowser. It's so much fun. But I think I'd rather play this. I think I'd rather play it over these. I think Mario Kart, I think that's where it goes. I think you just skip it. I don't even think Mario Sunshine's worth... Like, at no point did I ever consider putting it above okay but skippable. And I'm just going to be reasonable that it is a pretty cute, colorful game. So, like, you could have fun. And I think it's better than Yoshi's Story or these. So I think just by default, I'm going to throw it there. And yeah, live with it. It sucks. No. Although now that I know the cheat to get up that one set of cages behind the waterfall, like you just go climb up the boats and you like jump from a different roof. Because that mission has always stumped me. And like I have multiple play files on like my old GameCube game and stuff that I stopped playing. So maybe it'd be more enjoyable, but I just played you. I can't play it again. Spyro. Spyro is a early platformer. If you've never played it before, could you be fine skipping it? Yeah. 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 Okay, so just based on roughly if you agree with my quick placement of Spyro in front of Banjo, I think it's a better platformer than Banjo. I'd rather play it over Banjo. But like I might play Disney Afternoon. I might play like Aladdin over Spyro or like Star Wars. I'd go play the Hoth part of Shadows of the Empire. So I think that probably fits there. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Banjo's such a great marker of just like what a not fun experience I was told that I missed out on my whole life. And last but not least, that only leaves Mr. Resident Evil 4. One of the greatest games of all time. That means, baby, I honestly think that let's be honest. The under 10th season, we said we're going to play better games. We're not going to play so many terrible games. Like, what is all this about? Why was this experiences needed in our lives? Like, why did we do multiple parts for these shows? I don't know. Golden Sons. But once in a while, you have to kind of go through the trash. We had a couple guys, we had this guy popped up. We had Metroid. These guys kind of shoot up the list, right? Once in a while, we have a shock. And I do think that without a question, we need to just focus on this top tier games when mentioning RE4. It's just a matter of where does it belong on this timeline in terms of great, innovative experiences. I could maybe be talked into almost any placement of this game. So, let's do the exercise. RE4. Yeah. And like I love RE4 or RE0, kind of what it does from survival horror in terms of just horror, scary, really cool lock and key, excellently executed games. That's Resident Evil remake, without a doubt. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do love Final Fantasy VII, but in terms of presentation and gameplay, like I said, there's a lot of grindy. If you played a lot of hours in RE4, you just end up with like an infinite rocket launcher and a way to make the game more enjoyable, which I guess is the same thing that you said about Materia. But now you're like, now I can all slash 4 times. Oh, good job, Yuffie. Is ugh. Sure. Yeah. Okay. No. And again, no wrong answer here. Right now, we're into kind of fast-paced action of Mega Man X. I think it's an excellent platformer. Can we? That might be where it stays. Yeah. Okay. I, I mean, I think again, if we're playing this as video game historians, nostalgic kind of reviewers, yeah, maybe we do have to kind of give it its dues and say, guys, all third person shooters are based on this game. This like revolutionized literally a whole genre. So with that just being said, I think I could concede if it's better than Mega Man X and Mario 3 and Donkey Kong Country 2. And we're talking just like revolutionary games. Is it now on par, maybe even like a tier above? Yeah. Yeah. I don't think so. Sure. Yeah, I agree. I'm just going to put it there because now I think we get into some like close personal. I mean, Castlevania being up here, I guess we just kind of clumped them together as like Metroidvanias is like the genre that I love, which is fair. And I think those are still greater in my mind, right? Like the best RE4 came out, remake, cool, awesome. I think I had more fun playing like a Hollow Knight, if being true to myself, right? So I think that something like a game like that, the Metroidvania-ness would be over that. And Mario 64 has just a special place in my life because of just the nostalgia, the colors, the imaging that comes in that game, right? So I'm fine perfectly leaving it there. And that's a big move, guys. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A top 8 game ranking that RE4 got this year. So applauso, good job, RE4. Yeah, that's definitely a tough list to crack. I don't know if we have anything on the docket now. There's one game. There's one game from a certain computer company that maybe might make it on the list that like maybe we argue can get into required playing for what it kind of did to a certain genre. But other than that, I don't think we're seeing another entry onto that top list for a little while. So yeah. Have conversations about like, yeah, like, is The Last of Us that good? Did it actually do something? How big of an impact was it, right? Uncharted, it gave us new AI, right? Like it almost has to be like kind of like that kind of next level, those big levels. So it's yeah. Yeah. No. I don't think. Yeah, like I said, I don't think there's anything on the GameCube. There's maybe one game from a different from the Xbox library, and like nothing in the PS2 is making the list. So, well, yeah, well, GTA 3. That's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah. Sweet. Awesome. Cool. So with that though, we're done. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Wow, look at that. We're having our first show of 2026 tomorrow. So it's pretty exciting. Although we're just talking about movies. Perfect for a New Year's hangover. Oh, perfect. I want to say bye. Yeah, bye. Get out of here. Yeah. Okay, bye.